So for the next month and a half, I decided I was gonna do 2 weeks of each diet. Oh, no. I apologize for the abrupt interruption, but Past Jonathan did a shitty intro, so I'm gonna take it from here. For the next 60 days, I'm gonna try 3 diets: vegan, carnivore, and omnivore. Because I was just curious to see how much it would cost me, which diet is the most expensive. So I will save all the bills and calculate at the end. But I was also curious to see which one makes me feel better. You know, in terms of satiety and energy. And also in the video, you're gonna hear me mention 2 weeks from time to time, because at the beginning the challenge was going to be 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. I just decided that 2 weeks wasn't enough, so I stretched it out to 20 days to have a more accurate picture on how I felt. Now, Past Me will take over. I'll see you a little bit later. Now I'm gonna weight myself because I want to see at the beginning of each diet and at the end if I gain weight, lose weight, and I'm still gonna work out the same as I always do. 157 pounds. That's my weight at the beginning of the vegan diet. I just went to the store and picked up some vegan essentials. Pistachio, almonds, lentils, beans, coconut milk, tomatoes, broccoli, red curry. And if you like spicy sauce, this one is really fucking hot. You have to be careful. But it's fruity, it's super good. And it's gonna be served with rice. This dish is fire, my friend. Ooh. You know, usually I eat eggs in the morning, but eggs are not vegan, so it seems. Guess I'm gonna eat some nuts because that's all I have right now. And seriously, I don't think I can eat beans at every meal. Bananas are really important in this year. So we have bananas, vanilla, pea protein, dates, and cinnamon. For me, this is almost a cheat meal. You should eat real food, which I'm gonna do after this. It's just that I can't. Seriously, how much beans can you eat in one day? So I'm supposed to eat my weight in protein. Let's see. Okay, let's check it out. How much beans do I have to eat to go to 160 grams of protein? It's around 10 or 11 cups of cooked beans. Jesus Christ. To reach 160 grams of protein on a vegan diet, you must plan and incorporate high protein foods. Seitan, tempeh, tofu, all modified. I don't want to eat these things. Well, the good thing is this is gonna make me discover new stuff and new recipes, most likely. One thing though that I noticed with these protein shakes is that I'm really bloated. And I thought, this is the best evening snack. Feeling a little bit of lack of energy. I'm guessing the body needs to adapt. I'm farting a lot, I'm bloated a lot. This is a test. I am trying to make my own. And I have to admit, I would have never thought about making this if I didn't make that little challenge that I'm doing right now. Let's see how that goes. When you make almond milk, you're left with this. Call it bark, residue, crushed almonds, I guess. So, if you add a little bit of cinnamon, chia seeds, oats, peanut butter, and bananas, and dates. And you put that in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. You can make some pretty good cookies. It's my last vegan meal. I have to admit, I feel pretty good, but I'm hungry all the time. But also, I'm keeping my diet super clean. I'm on no sugar, no bread, no pasta, and I'm not taking any supplements. So it's not like I'm doing a vegan diet really by the book. I understand that. I do feel a little bit lower in energy, and I feel like I'm not recuperating as fast after my workouts. I'm looking forward to eating something else than beans. The last of my favorite snack for the next 2 weeks. Okay, this is the weigh-in after the vegan diet. I was quite surprised when I saw that I only lost half a pound. I thought I was gonna lose more. Huh. That's gonna be the best piece of chicken I've ever had. That chicken breast was not that big, and I'm full, where I could eat 2 pounds of vegetables and lettuce and fruit, so we're off on a good start. Okay, I made a meat run. I got a lot less stuff for the same price than when I was a vegan a day ago. I think this shit's gonna be expensive. This is meat run number 2, and I wanted to go grab some fish and some seafood and some good meat. To get to the butcher, I need to go through this beautiful stuff. And I have to admit, even after 3 days, like I'm already missing eating fruit and vegetables. It's one of my favorite things to eat. I'm not making it easy for myself right now. One thing that I really like is you can freeze your food. I know you can freeze fresh vegetables, but it's not the same. I could just go to the butcher, buy a bunch of them, and just put that in the freezer. And this actually bought my whole supply for the next 2 weeks. And the energy I have is off the fucking chart. So the bathroom situation is not great. I have a little bit of a headache. And this never happens other than when I quit sugar or when I quit caffeine, and I don't drink caffeine for the past month, and I haven't had sugar in 4. So I'm guessing the headache is my body adapting to this new diet, which was very drastic. I feel like I'm on a 3rd or 4th day of a fasting. It's very strange, a little bit cloudy in my head, a little bit tired. I have a hard time falling asleep, although I feel like I have way more energy. I know it's a little bit contradictory to the I'm tired, but I feel tired, but I feel energized. I don't know why, but I do feel stronger. And I had a little joint pain that are now gone, so I'm guessing it has to do with the diet. But I will admit, it is a little bit boring just to eat meat. Guess what? This is day 7, and I just remembered that eggs are part of the carnivore diet. Am I fucking excited right now? Steak and eggs, it is. Always remember to put a side piece for Mr. Ori. My brain is not feeling as foggy. So I think my body is starting to accommodate to the new diet, but also my body is clearly changing. Bro, I'm telling you, the discovery of eggs was such an amazing thing. But even though it's really healthy foods, these foods are very beige and unattractive at some point. I know it doesn't have to be pretty all the time, but it doesn't have to be ugly all the time either. Although the salmon and the shrimps were a good break of color between the chicken and the red meat, I just realized how good I feel. Like the first 10, 11 days, it was like headache a little bit, foggy brain, constipated, and I feel absolutely amazing. I feel like I'm myself again. So it took about 10 days for me to be able to take a regular poop. And I have to admit it almost made me quit. Well, because to be honest, it's a little bit stressful when you're not able to go to the bathroom. But then I spoke to a good friend of mine that he did the carnivore diet for 6 months, and he told me that it was perfectly normal, that everything was gonna come back normal at some point. The carnivore diet was the diet that I was dreading the most on how it was gonna feel. And it's quite an eye-opener. I feel very good. This is the end of the carnivore diet. 20 days, 21 days actually. I feel like I lost weight. Whoa! I lost 10 pounds. That's insane. No wonder why I need a belt. I'm 46 years old. I've never been in that good of a shape in my life. That's telling something. I wouldn't mind gaining back 5 pounds at least. So on the menu tonight, a little bit of pickle. Pickles are life, and this has been looking at me for the past month. Just grilled broccoli and rice, simple. healthy. This morning is a fried rice with some leftover beef and vegetables. And of course, a little bit of pickle. I found a brand, they're all natural. There's no chemicals in them, nothing. It's beautiful. So what woke me up this morning is actually a stomach ache. So I think I need to readjust again. So I just came back from a proper grocery run. These are some of my favorite things to eat. Pistachios are the best. And fruits are so good. But I'm starting to wonder, do I crave these foods because I eat them only? Because for the 20 past days when I was a carnivore, I didn't crave these foods. I just started eating them again, and now I'm like, I want more. 7:30 a.m., about a week after starting being omnivore again. So I have a lot more gas. I'm working right now. It's 1:45, and I'm definitely crashing out right now. I'm super tired, and that hasn't happened one time while I was doing the carnivore diet. I think sometimes the easiest thing and the simplest things are the best. So I'm gonna show you my favorite little recipe. 5 ingredients. Roasted garlic on rice with shrimp. Now I added a little bit of green peas. So simple, yet so delicious. Never forget Mr. Ori. What I notice is that I'm eating more, but also I have a feeling for snacking really quickly after my meal. He's the king of the house. A good belly rubs, huh? Okay, so this is the final weigh-in after the omnivore diet. Okay, I almost gained all the weight back. I lost a little less than 2 pounds in this whole 60-day experiment. So what did I learn from this? It's not that hard to lose weight. You just change your diet, but you get it back real fast if you just change your diet. Now we're gonna look at the pros and the cons and how much it costed. Let's start with vegan. The pros. Is that how you spell it? Variety? Oh, it's an E right here. If you're like me and you like food, when you're a vegan, you have a lot of options. It pushed me to discover new recipes, new food, so that was kind of fun. No afternoon crash. Not once during the vegan diet I felt in the mid-afternoon that I needed to take a nap, feel lethargic and you just want to go to bed like midday. I did not have that feeling one time. Now the cons. My energy was down. I knew that that was probably because I didn't eat as much protein as I used to. But then again, I didn't take any supplement. I didn't really research a proper vegan diet. And for sure, if I would go 100% vegan, I would do a lot more homework before jumping into it. I feel on a vegan diet that a lot of your protein intake, you need to take it from modified stuff. And I'm not a big fan of that. Bloating and farting. I was always swelled up like a balloon and stinking up the place. I felt like I was always hungry. I was just snacking all the time. Like the feeling of satiety didn't last long at all. And how much the vegan diet costed me for 20 days? $337.14. Now let's move on to carnivore. For the pros, it's time efficient. You eat smaller portion. There's minimal preparation. You don't go at the grocery so often because you could buy so much and put it in the freezer. No, there's nothing to put together. You just take that one thing, you cook it, and that's it. Satiety was a big thing. You eat so little and you're full for so long and you don't have the need to snack. You have no afternoon crash, no bloating, and you can lose weight rather fast. And I felt stronger at the gym. Although my theory is, since I lost 10 pounds, I was lighter on the climbing walls. So obviously I felt like I was stronger, but I was lighter. But my joint pains and my inflammations all went away. Now for the cons. It's boring. If you're anything like me and you really like food and you really like eating, it gets old very, very fast. And don't get me wrong, I don't need every meal to be an experience of a lifetime. But still, just meat? That's a weird one, but I noticed it very fast. Fat cleaning at every meal is a little bit of a pain in the ass. The constant smell of meat in the apartment. That's one thing I didn't get over. It's just every time you come back home, it smells like meat. The poop situation. Being constipated for almost 10 days is a little bit scary. It gets better after. It's still. Another cons that some people might think it's weird, you're never hungry, you're never snacking. It was as if I never had appetite. I was just eating to put fuel in the machine. And how much was the carnivore diet? $493.29. The first pros when I got back into the omnivore diet was eating larger portions. Again, just because I love food. Snacks are back. I mean, who can go living without snacking? And variety. Because when you're omnivore, well, you don't have any restrictions, so you can eat what the hell you want. And the cons? Well, bloating was back, but not as much as only vegan. You know, a little less, but still, you know, the farting and the bloating came back right away. It started to be time consuming again, and being a carnivore for that 20-day made me realize how much time and thoughts I was putting into my meals. This is definitely something that I'm aware of, and I'm gonna try to put less time into thinking of what to eat. Cravings were back. That was a surprising one. I think it's the sugar in the fruits that made me crave them more. I'm not a scientist and I'm not a nutritionist, but this is my guess. An afternoon crash, we're back. So I definitely think that this is the carbs, and the only carb I added was the rice. And the price for the omnivore diet was $391.67. Oh, and also during this experiment, I wanted to know how much money I was spending at the coffee shop, so I stopped completely for 60 days going, and usually the 60 days would about cost me $420 at the coffee shop. And I don't drink like Starbucks, it's like $3.50 coffee. And it only costed me $60 in total making the coffee at home. So that's one thing to think about. I think it was interesting to have a little baseline to compare on how I felt on different diets and how much money I was spending on foods. And also you have to take in consideration that I did not shop anything at discount. I bought everything organic, game meat, wild salmon. So the food was really clean and quite expensive. So for sure, there's a cheaper version of these three diets. But I think it's a cool thing, you know, to experiment stuff and know what really makes you feel good. Bro, the cheat day I'm gonna have after 5 months of eating clean, no fast food, no sugar, it's gonna be epic. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next one.